Hello, I'm Val. A Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you had a good year. I have. It's been extremely busy, very hectic indeed. And I wonder where the year has gone. The year started for me with the launch of the paperback of Little Girl Lost. And then we followed with the launch of Stephen's War. The story was based on what happened during the Second World War and the amount of trauma that people of Hull suffered and survived during that really terrible time. And since then, I've also had some quite exciting trips around. I was in Paul, which is in East Yorkshire, for Look North. I'm also doing some research there, but that's just an aside. And then I was invited to appear on the BBC4 programme, Books That Made Britain. And I went up to Scarborough because the Harbour Girl was set there in Hull and Scarborough. And the producers wanted to have a seaside scene. And so off we went to Scarborough, and there I was out at sea in a fishing boat, which was an absolutely lovely experience. Many of you will know that I am a keen supporter not only of libraries, and we did this year our third Val Wood short story competition, which is a huge success, and I'm also a supporter of various charities. I have three of my very favourite charities, and one of them is the Hull and East Riding Institute for the Blind, or HERIB for short, and they paid me the distinction of making me Vice President of HERIB, which I was extremely thrilled about. Whilst various events were happening, I was of course still writing, and I can't ever stop writing, and my latest book, No Place for a Woman, was in the production line, and this then came out in October. This book is a slight change from my usual. As a rule, I use mid-19th century for my books, but having been researching into Stephen's War, the short story I was telling you about, I discovered more details about the First World War, and I was quite inspired by that. And I decided to make my main character, Lucy, a little girl who wants to be a doctor, and then eventually, as the First World War starts, she's a doctor who goes out to the front and to the Somme. I found it extremely inspiring, quite traumatic to write about and read about, but I think it's been a worthwhile book to finish. No matter how many books I write, when the latest is produced, there is always someone who says, "And what are you writing next, Val?" And I am, of course, always writing. I have another book, well under wraps really, but quite different from this one. Writing is such a wonderful career, and it gives me great satisfaction. I hope too that it gives all my readers satisfaction too, and I would like to say thank you so much for your support and encouragement, and that includes all my friends and families too who support me. Thank you very much indeed for coming today to my home, and I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye bye.